my privilege and an honor to introduce this next speaker, Congressman C.W. Bill Young. He is truly a friend of St. Petersburg. He is a friend of the United States, and his passion, his drive is all things defense. And I always knew that this congressman, the congressman for most of Pinellas County, I always knew he was a rock star. But I didn't know how much until I was at a function at MacDill inside of Central Command, and there were all of these stars on sleeves and things like that, and Admiral McCraven and General Mattis couldn't get through the crowd fast enough to greet this gentleman. And when you know that he has earned the respect of our top military, you know that he is somebody that is absolutely regarded. And you'll see buildings across the street with his name on it. He loves the city of St. Petersburg, Pinellas County, and he has served in the United States Congress longer than anybody else there, and he is ours. So please help me welcome Chairman Congressman Bill Young.
Mayor Foster, thank you very much for welcoming our new ship, the Spearhead, another first of the line, as the LCS was here just a few months ago. The city of St. Petersburg, Mr. Mayor, has turned out to support and welcome our crews with tremendous enthusiasm, and I can tell you that the after-action reports are that these guys would like to come back, and these girls would like to come back to St. Petersburg for a port call any chance they get, because it's a tremendous place to come. The Spearhead, again, is a first of the line, a line of ships that will, at this point, number 10. It's a very unique vessel, and the captain of the ship will explain some of the really great stuff that it can do. And he probably won't tell you everything it can do because he doesn't want anybody else to know. But anyway, this is a unique ship in our political system. This ship is being paid for through the Army appropriations accounts. And it's being managed, its construction is being managed by Naval Sea Operations. It is manned by a civilian merchant marine crew, and it is paid for by all of you, the taxpayers. So this is quite an organization of this great country putting together a new great ship of the line. The captain will explain more, but I wanted to say something about Admiral John Kirby. He's coming home today. John Kirby graduated from St. Petersburg Catholic High School in 1981. With a number of other Navy, and the mayor, by the way, and a number of other Navy officials who serve in Washington today and serve in the fleet with the Navy. But John Kirby is quite a representative. He is the Chief Public Affairs Officer for the United States Navy, and you'll hear from him a little bit later. But Mr. Mayor, thank you very much for the welcome that you show our ships and their crews. Thank you very much for being such a tremendous host city. And ladies and gentlemen, you get a chance to see just one more example of the United States and our national defense. Thank you all for coming this morning. We look forward to having you a chance to learn more about this great ship later on today. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless our great country.
Thank you. You going to stay up while I read the proclamation?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'd like to invite Captain Casavant up while I read a proclamation and present a key to the city. I also like for all of you to welcome John Strauss and the Remember, Honor, and Support organization for their work in bringing this beautiful vessel to the city of St. Petersburg. John, wave. There he is. Please welcome him. Okay. I have a proclamation to read, and then I'll present a key to the city. It's a proclamation of the city of St. Petersburg. Whereas the USNS Spearhead is the first of the Navy's joint high-speed vessels designed for rapid intra-theater transport of troops and military equipment, and whereas flexibility is a key attribute of joint high-speed vessels, allowing the main area of the ship to be reconfigured quickly to adapt to whatever mission the ship is tasked with. And whereas the USNS Spearhead is designed to be fast and maneuverable, even in austere ports, making it ideal for transporting troops and equipment quickly within a theater of operations. And whereas the USNS Spearhead can provide additional support to counterterrorism and irregular warfare missions at sea and ashore, providing additional options to deter, influence, and win in an era of uncertainty. And whereas the United States Navy has chosen the port of St. Petersburg to be the USNS Spearhead's first official working port visit. Thank you, Chairman. And whereas the city of St. Petersburg expresses its gratitude to the United States Navy and to Congressman C.W. Bill Young for bringing the USNS Spearhead to our fair city. Now therefore I, Bill Foster, Mayor of the city of St. Petersburg, do hereby proclaim Sunday, February 10, 2013 as USNS Spearhead JHSV1 Day in the city of St. Petersburg, and I ask all citizens to join with me in welcoming the USNS Spearhead and the proud men and women who serve our country.
Okay, Chairman Young, Mayor Foster, I first want to say thank you very much for the warm welcome you've shown towards my ship, my crew, and myself. Very proud to be here, city of St. Petersburg, representing the United States Navy Military Sealift Command and the USNS Spearhead. It gives me greater pride to, as we follow on and take a look at the ship, mention a little bit about our crew. A long time ago, Captain John Paul Jones had a quote, "Men mean more in the rating of a ship than guns do," and it's very true to this day. When I first reported the ship about 18 months ago, she was full of welders, pipe fitters, ship fitters. She was a machine. We took her out on trials to show that the machine actually worked. And it wasn't until the crew arrived that the ship actually got her heart and soul. Some people I want to mention. First Officer Pat Mullaney runs the deck crew and is my second in command. Chief Engineer Joe Seaman runs the machinery, in charge of all. Communications Officer Mike Butler and Supply Officer Michael Wine taking care of all the rest of us. They all lead departments of the finest mariners you're going to run into. They're truly what makes the ship, the Spearhead, the capable and flexible ship that she is. Rest assured, whenever we are sent, whatever job, whatever mission we are given, as is told in MSC's motto, we will deliver. On behalf of the crew of the USNS Spearhead, again, I want to thank you for the hospitality and welcome us to your wonderful city. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce Rear Admiral John Kirby, Navy Chief of Information, who, as the Congressman said, is a native of the city of St. Petersburg, a graduate 1981 of St. Petersburg Catholic. Now, I was telling the Admiral that I too was an 81 graduate of Northeast High School. And in 1981, when you were a senior, you either minded your manners or you hung out at the drive-in or the McDonald's parking lot. I hung out at the drive-in and the McDonald's parking lot. The Admiral did not. So you can see he's the Admiral. Admiral, please come up and give greetings. Thank you, my friend.
What a great day to be home. When I left Washington this morning, it was 30-something degrees and cloudy and threatening rain, and just to be here, just an unbelievable thrill. So I'm really, really happy to be here. Chairman Young, Mayor Foster, thank you so much for the warm welcome to this ship and her crew, but also for the United States Navy, for the military writ large. I did grow up here, and I know firsthand what a great town St. Pete is with respect to our military, our veterans and their families, how much you respect them, look after them, care for them, and it's very evident. And I just wanted to, on behalf of the whole United States Navy, to thank you for that. Now just a word about your Navy, and we've talked about this ship a little bit. Your Navy's 288 ships strong today, and about half of those ships are underway. About half of those ships are actually forward deployed somewhere around the world defending you and protecting your interests. There's about 600,000 civilian sailors active in reserve in the United States Navy today, and they're doing terrific work for you all over the world. Much of what they do you don't get to see, you don't get to touch, you don't get to feel it, because they're doing what they're supposed to do, and that's to be out there. Today you're going to get a chance to touch and feel just a little bit of your United States Navy. This ship joins a family of those ships and those capabilities that we're putting forth for you. But one last word about why we're able to field and put to sea vessels of this capability, this speed, this maneuverability, and that's in no small part due to the man sitting here, Chairman Young. The mayor was right. He thinks and does everything defense. But I think, at least I want to think, he has a special little place in his heart for the U.S. Navy. There's nothing we're putting to sea today, no capability, no ship, no aircraft, and there's nothing on the ground in Afghanistan right now helping our troops survive and to win your wars for you. The Chairman Young hasn't had an important key role in getting to the field or to the fleet. We just couldn't do what we do for you without his leadership. So, sir, thank you very, very much. Now, that's the tangible part of his leadership, the stuff like this that you can see and touch today. But there's an intangible part that I want to address, too. And this doesn't just go to the chairman's leadership, but it goes to Mrs. Young's leadership as well. Countless hours they spend with wounded troops and their families in hospitals, in hospices, making sure that they get the care and the attention they need. Countless phone calls and emails do they both take, and take them directly, personally, and try to deal with the issues that these troops and their families are dealing with. Sometimes we in the leadership find out about this, but I'll tell you, most of the time we probably don't, because they're not looking for that kind of attention. They're just looking to solve problems and make integration, the reintegration of our wounded troops and their families back into society just a little bit easier. And countless tears I know they've shed at bedside and graveside with those same families. So I would like a big round of applause, please, for the chairman and Mrs. Young for all that they do for our troops all over the world. Again, thank you very much for the warm welcome home. I couldn't be happier to be here and couldn't be more honored to be sharing this day with all of you. Thank you very much.
Our last speaker today, I'm privileged to introduce Captain Sam Norton, the Commodore of Military Sealift Command, Atlantic. Captain?
Although I'm not from St. Petersburg, I'm very excited to be here in St. Petersburg. Chairman Young, Mayor Foster, thank you very much for allowing your great city to be the first port visit for USNS Spearhead. On behalf of Admiral Courtney, Rear Admiral Busby, and of course the United States Navy, I would like to thank you for hosting the Spearhead. Thank you.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Some of us will be taking a tour of the Spearhead. This will conclude the ceremony for today. God bless you. Thank you.
The mess facilities in here will feed about 48 people at a time. Max capacity on the ship is about 354 people, And so cycling them through, I got the galley with the high cook range in the back there for mass producing meals, and we're doing it with about 5 really hard-working guys. The main mission of the ship is intra-theater transport of troops and equipment as a wartime mission. And what that means is rapidly getting equipment and troops from point A to point B inside a certain area of operations. During peacetime missions, we can be reconfigured as a disaster relief vessel or any humanitarian aid, things along that lines. The flexibility of the ship comes from a couple different places. First, the ramp that I believe you all walked up the ramp, right? That ramp is actually good up to 105 tons.
Last year was freezing cold. We were very, very cold in the start in the car and waiting, but it was great weather to run in.
St. Pete is a marvelous place to come. It's a great, flat, fast course. We loved every minute of it.
Well, you know what's great about the Rock and Roll Marathon Series is that we have so many different events in so many destination cities, and so St. Pete is just as unique as any other event that we have. It's great because the community here is wonderful. The city's very involved with the event. You know, we've got the beach and people get to run on the pier and everything, so it's one of our beloved events. It's really great here in St. Pete. We have a really big team. I mean, we have, so many components to the race. We have the 2-day expo, which you see here, and this expo is actually unique because it's the only one that we host in, a baseball stadium, and so what you see here is different than any other market that we're in, and so this is a really fun one. Also, we have our operations team along with our events and marketing, and all the pieces kind of pull together to make this one great big production here.
It is one of the better ones. It is a flat, fast course. The weather this weekend is going to be pretty incredible. Last year was a little cold, but it was a nice run. It was a nice run last year. It started out really nice, and it's very scenic. You run along the water, run along the pier, run around the Tropicana. It's a really nice run.
The series has come here to St. Petersburg because we know that this is a great destination. People want to come here anyway, so we invite them to come to St. Petersburg this weekend and run the half marathon with us. It's a perfect race venue. I mean, the weather couldn't be better. I came down from Chicago. I don't want to go back home because I'm liking it here. I ran this morning along the waterfront. It's beautiful. That's what makes it such a great destination.
that they ran this same race last year. They said it was really nice and fun, so came here to have fun and do my best.
I started running half marathons 2 years ago and did this one last year and just wanted to do it again and see if I could beat my personal time from last year. Great views, love the music along the course. It's a great course. It's just a fun course.
Well, I'm here as the king today, the Flying Elvis, as I'm known as. Live in Miami Beach, and I'm actually here today to set a world record for the fastest half marathon ever run dressed as Elvis at the Rock and Roll Half Marathon here in St. Petersburg. I think just it's an inspiring thing to do, get out here and show people that racing's about having fun too. The company's motto is, supposed to celebrate life and celebrate life through running. So that's what I'm here to do, just be a part of the flavor of the event.
I'm Councilmember Wingate Newton. I'm here with Dana. This is the second annual Rock and Roll Marathon. As you can see, it's beautiful weather. It's not as cold as it was last year. What do you think about the crowd?
I think we've got a fantastic crowd here, ready to run 13.1 miles on the beautiful streets of St. Pete. We're thrilled to be here. Can't wait to come back next year. Hope everyone has a nice, safe, fun race out there, and then enjoy Sean Kingston at the finish line.
First time I've won a half marathon, so I'm pretty happy about that. And I've just been traveling a lot, so it's nice to kind of get into a race and feel fit and get a win. So it's really good.
Yeah, it definitely lifts your spirits when you run by like the bands, and it makes you not think about that you're actually in a race, and you're like, oh, that's great. Yeah, you definitely have a little bit more fun when you're out there and you high-fiving people and give a little fist pump to the people that are playing for you because you appreciate it. It makes you not think about if you're in pain, you're like, you're thinking about something different. Yeah, so I enjoy the Rock and Roll series. I actually was looking up, what other Rock and Roll series races can I do just because of that, because I did this one last year, so.
Oh my God, what a perfect day to be in St. Pete running, and beautiful weather. We got Sean Kingston out here jamming out. A perfect day for a half marathon. Definitely all new experiences. So the first 3 miles, dying. I was running like a snail's pace, and then I kind of hit my groove. I started listening to my music, and I'd say from mile 3 to mile 13, it was just cruising. So it felt really good.
This means heads and beds. This is a great source of pride for the people of the city of St. Petersburg, and it exposes the crown jewel of Tampa Bay and the west coast of Florida. And so the runners will get to see the great things that St. Pete has to offer. Hopefully they've experienced our nightlife, not too much last night, and are prepared to run today. It's a great time.